Hi folks, I've just had to make a new video because I was trying to work on my camera earlier. As you can see on my bed, it's a bit messy. But what I was doing for my second video, whilst I was making a video, I realised I've gone too long. What I was doing was strapping my camera to my helmet, and I was using a toy car jack to actually do that. That beep has just told me that we're now disconnected from the computer's USB and program, and now the camera's strapped on like this. I doubt it'll sit right, but the lens is pointing downwards, which is good news. The camera is now strapped to my helmet. I doubt it's going to wriggle around a little bit. I think it's very secure. I am going to strap it downward with some tape though. So we'll grab some of this cheap tape that we've got, and we'll take a little bit, not a little bit, a lot, because it's not strong. And what we're going to do is we're covering it over the buttons, and we'll stick it through the vents on the helmet. I can't do this on cam, but now it's done. This is how it looks now. You can see the strap tape, and the camera is going nowhere. It will cover up the USB port, but no matter. What I'll do is I'll take a little piece of this out, which I have done, and now torn some of the tape away. That's very strong and rigid. Now I've got a little gap on the tape where I've cut it slightly too much, because the knife is quite strong, but the sticky tape isn't, unfortunately, and that's a downside to it. But now it's completely secure. The tape's not going to rip anymore. I might have to put some more tape on, actually, thinking about it. Some short ones that strap to the helmet side, so that they don't rip. I'm not going to put too much pressure on the one side I've cut because it's weakened now. But there we are. That's how it'll look. The green jack thing will look a bit weird from the back, but nobody will see it. The camera only records about an hour on battery, and it does not record and charge at the same time. So my footage is only going to be an hour long. But saying that, I am going to do some footage editing. I'm probably going to press start, stop, and start again every now and again, but the file might be broken if I do that. The files break every now and again. I think that's down to the memory card I'm using. It's a 16 gig class 4, but it's not lasting long enough. So I think some of the video segments will have to be recorded. But one thing that does bug me, I'm not sure about the weather, because Sunday is meant to be changeable. Because tomorrow is meant to be a good day. The weather is going to turn absolutely beautiful. Sunday though, I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to find out. But anyway, my cycling videos are coming up more now than the YouTube RC Addict videos. I am a velo cyclist. My username is LG62314. You'll find it on YouTube, and it'll say Velo Cyclist and RC Addict. I'm an RC addict for a long time. I've had 2 people who have actually sent me messages on RC Addictions, and they've said to me if I subscribe they will return the favour. I'm thankful that they did that. They let me subscribe to their videos. But also I've got subscribed videos to cyclist videos as well. One that really shocked me though is there was one guy who got knocked over by one car, but then also had a Ford Focus with a lady driving run over his leg and his bike was stuck under the car. What was the point? You think you're alright going past him when you realise they've just ran him over. She says, I swear I didn't see you. Hello, you would have seen him fall off his bike, or you thought would have been able to get around him. Which is a bit of an annoyance. So it really annoyed me that that woman driver actually ran over him and didn't think. It annoys me. But saying that, I've never encountered that problem as a cyclist. I've never encountered problems with drivers. I've encountered a load of drivers passing me too close, and it's an absolute nightmare. Most of them are close to me by inches from the handlebars, but I've had no more than that. Some drivers will pass you quite close, but then they're just being a pain in the ass. I don't like cyclists. And some of you who do not like cyclists, tough. Cyclists are there for a reason. They are there saving the environment from like cars, because there's so many of them on the road. Cyclists do the vehicle exercise duty, and it's not road tax. Some people are saying, "Oh, road tax this, road tax that." We shouldn't have to pay road tax. We do not pay road tax. Get used to it. We do not pay road tax for one simple reason. Bikes may be vehicles, but they don't use engines. They use manpower. And even though when you're a cyclist you do have a lot of crashes going around corners fast, that's just accidental. Some drivers will pull over and say, "You alright, man? You okay? You injured?" They'll say that and they'll think, "Okay, you're okay, let's go." Some people stay around to actually make sure you're actually okay. I like that idea. Thanks to those people who stop to check cyclists are okay. I appreciate it. People who don't, I could stare at you for hours. Anyway, we'll forget about the arguments with people. Now I'm back on my bike again after a while of not cycling. I was meant to put a video up on YouTube earlier. I do have some video footage of the roadworks on my computer. I'm going to post that up now and show you.
Pavement?
Yeah, there's a car coming up, so you must be on the pavement, or is he waiting forever?
I don't mind waiting.
Fair enough then.
I could wait all day. I'm saying that, it's too warm as well. Oh, it is better. It's a lot better than it was before.
yeah, so basically, those captions you just saw, they were true. I could wait all day, no problem at all. I could sit there for hours and watch them work whilst I was sat on a bike. There was no problem at all. Kids coming home from school, that video had a timestamp and date stamp on it. You may notice the dates are, the date and the month are actually the wrong way. It's the 7th of the 9th and it says the 9th of the 7th. It's actually the other way around. The 9th is the month and the 7th was the date. So you might get that mixed up a bit, but the camera does have a file in itself which is tag.txt. I just have to go into that file and switch the dates round. It's not a problem at all. That's one thing I am going to do though, I'll probably get them switched round. But the camera overwrites its own program, so that's good news. Anyway, that video footage you saw, the road was rough. There was no suspension on my bike at all because it was a road bike designed for the road. But rough conditions like that, the bike just couldn't cope. And it's taken some of the paint off my front forks on my bike. The paint in black has peeled off and it's left white stuff all over the place. So that's got to be done. That's going to have to be powder coated, I think. That's one thing that's got to be done. I think it's going to cost about £10 for that to be redone. It's from scratch. Which I don't mind having done. Just remove the brake system, remove the front forks, take it down to the shop, get it painted, fit it back to the bike and you're away. One bike that really did stay long lasting though for me when I did my journeys as a cyclist when I first joined them was my black one. 1981 Sun Solo road bike, one of the best bikes I've ever had. It had 4 brake levers, 2 right at the front and 2 right where my hands were sitting. So it had a set of 4 brake levers. And I found that really handy because it was an old bike and the gears were on the lower frame of the bike where your legs would usually be. So it was very nifty. Those wheels you saw on that bike though, on this one you've just seen, they're not standard ones, they are lightweight aluminium alloys. The silver ones off this one now, which are the light ones that go on the bike, are now on my other road bike. This has now got its standard wheels back. But they were rotten as a pail when I got them back. I left them at a friend's. And what happened? They left them outside for a year with the standard... No, not the standard. No, with brand new tyres. Because they were fitted to that. What happened to the tyres? They were perished. And the wheels were rotten. They were covered in rust inside and out where the tube sits and on the outside where the forks were. So I got a bit of wire wool for cleaning dishes and rubbed that around. They came out like a dream. Some rust spots did stay behind, but the silver just shone. And the bike was back on the go again. I'm very happy about that. Anyway, this video's got to go up on YouTube very soon. But like I said, I'll go back to this a second. Cyclists who have helmets like this, if you have a little keyring camera strapped to your helmet, make sure you find one of these little toy car jacks because you might need it for your helmet to actually hold this camera. You can get these in toy shops or something. We've had this one quite a long time and it's not been scratched or ruined. It's stayed its original colour. I'm very happy about it. It goes with a little toy set. If you find one with a little toy set, buy it, take it out, sell the rest of the toys on, and then just use it as a camera holder. Simple as. Those of you who've got proper cameras, it'd be nice to you to give me a price for a proper one that straps to your helmet. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all very soon.